Yes, I do have an independent accountant. I'm currently using McCarthy's accountant this year and probably next year. But when I did come back, after I had put together the two properties, I did speak to my accountant. Initially he was a little concerned, but then when he had a look at the paperwork, he felt that it was quite viable. Like I say, it was quite conservative and sort of would just, advise me on my tax each year and sort of not push the investment portfolio. More looking at superannuation and putting more money into my super, which every time I get my statement from my super fund, it would be quite, it would be dropping quite considerably. So I wasn't all that interested in putting money that way. The advice that my accountant was giving was very conservative and really not pushing any move towards investing in property. It was sort of, just make sure that your super's topped up. Whereas with McCarthy, they actually gave me the tools and the information, I guess, and the self-belief that I could actually invest in and make my money work for me, make the taxman actually, my tax that I'm paying every fortnight actually work for me rather than just handing it over to the taxman every year. So that was a big eye-opener because I really never thought about it that way. I just thought, well, I'll keep paying my tax and by the time I retire I might have to, go on a pension, but I guess that's what the government owes me. And I think a lot of people think that way. So if I didn't go invest through the investment portfolio, quite frankly, at first I was like the ostrich. I'd stuck my head in the sand. I hadn't thought about, I just always assumed that, oh yes, my superannuation will be enough to take care of my retirement. And with McCarthy, they explained, well, the amount that you would end up by the time you retire is just basically not going to give you any kind of lifestyle. They asked me how much I would like per week to live on, and when I did give them that sum, they said, well, your superannuation will never cover those things. I mean, because everyone in retirement wants to have some kind of, lifestyle. If you want to buy a new car or you want to go on a trip, those sorts of things, and my superannuation would certainly not have provided for that. So, and I had never thought that way. I just always assumed that it would be fine, that would be enough to take care of. And of course, people are living longer, but I think a lot of people, like myself, would just stick their head in the sand and think, oh, well, okay, it's going to be fine. And I guess they get to a stage where it's almost retirement age and then, it's a little bit too late to do something about it then. So.